Today is a very good day for the Tonex world. Man, IK Multimedia, hats off to you again for another stellar update, one that is really showing that they're taking Tonex so seriously and really pushing Tonex forward up to the forefront of the profiling, capturing, modeling world. If it is your first time here, my name is Steve Sterlacci. I do all things digital guitar gear on this channel. If that's your thing, consider hitting subscribe because apparently 80% of my views come from people that are not subscribed. Let's get to it. Say it again. All my videos, you are an absolute idiot if you don't at least have a Tonex 1 as a backup rig, whatever it is that you're doing. A Tonex 1 should be in every guitar player's backpack, gig bag, whatever it is that tickles your fancy on that front. So this update announces a few different things. First off, Tonex is now separated into 3 separate apps. We have the modeler, the editor, and Tonex itself. So you now have a whole new workflow when it comes to making your tone models, where it's just a totally separate thing. It now has an entirely different workflow where you have a capture list and a training queue. So I actually released 3 packs with Tonex to help launch this using this new modeling. And I have to say, it's holy crap, it's so much better. The training queue is game changing for me because I can sit here in one day and capture 25 captures or even more captures and then let them train overnight. And the workflow for capture makers or for model makers has just skyrocketed. So much easier, much faster. They say it's now down to like 5 minutes to make a tone model where it used to be much longer, but other people are doing videos on all of that stuff. What I want to focus on is how does this sound? Because there is a new modeling engine here. So all of the modeling has been revamped. So I care most about what things sound like. Isn't that what we like here? So I'm going to go through some of my new tone models and show off a little bit of what this sounds like. So I have 3 new packs. I have the Bassman V2, which I have the regular Bassman from the old modeler on the ToneNet. Also, I also have my Matchless C30, which is a Samson era rare Matchless from the 90s. It's honestly the best sounding amp in the world. And then I have my Sir SL67, which it's just the best type of plexi sound that you can get. There's a ton of captures in all of these, and I just want to go through some of my favorites. So using the other previous update, now that we have an actual signal chain here, I'm going to go through this. I'm using the York Audio M65 Mix 1. That's my reference IR for everything. And for this, I recommend that you take the bass to like 240 and bump it up a little bit, because the way that I make tone models, I make them to where they're going to fit in a mix or in a band context a little bit better. So if you find that they need a little bit of low end, you can do that, but we'll turn that off for now. So we're getting just the raw sounds. Let's see how good these new captures sound. This is my Gibson Les Paul studio session. Been my #1 guitar all year long. Throbak Pickups. You could check out links to those below, and let's hear what we sound like here. So this is a brighter guitar, so I'm going to stick to the darker ones. If you look into my tone models and what I have up for sale here, I have it A and up, A, B, C, D, E, if it can handle it. A being the cleanest, later in the alphabet being the more overdriven. So the Bassman just pretty much goes A, B, and C, not too much gain. And then let's see what we got here. So if I just go to regular Bassman clean, here's what that sounds like. But there's no IR on. Activate the IR, and I'm going to lock that. This is one of my favorites. This is called Dynamic Clean. And I've got like a bright one and a dark one for all of the different settings. So whatever works best for you, I'm sure you could find it. The normal channel is what most people like to live on. And if it's not denoted, it's the normal channel. And if it says bass, that is the bass channel. The bass channel is a modified, it's a cool sound. Let's check it out. Let's, so it's like a modified type of Marshall-y front end. I'm going to give myself a little bit of reverb. And from there, I can go to B, which is going to be a little bit more gain. So it's that more tweed, fuzzy breakup. I love that sound. Here's my sweet spot. So this is like my go-to setting when I'm using my 63 Bassman. So it's broken up, but it can clean up really nicely. That's just a little bit of volume rolled off. Here it is all the way up. That's one of the things I really noticed about the new update is that it responds really well to the volume control, and you can even hear the new sound waves that go through it. There's a whole section where it turns the volume down, and I think I credit that to the new better sounds when you roll your volume off. It responds really, really well. Let's move on to the Matchless here. Just go through a couple of these. This is the 12AX7 channel, which is not my favorite part of the amp, but it still sounds really good. Just that like vicious type of clean sound. And then we go to like a dark drive on that same amp. It just sounds and feels exactly like the amp, but the main thing here is the EF86 channel of this amp is just the best sound ever. It's my favorite sound in the world. It can do country, it can do funk. It's just a great overall clean sound. And then if I go to B, get to like more of a breakup. And this is only level B of breakup for the Matchless. This amp is so versatile. I mean, that's just so great. And it keeps going. Let's skip EF86 up to E. So this is the most gain that you can get on this. That's awesome. It can do high gain. It can do clean, crunchy edge of breakup. And it just sounds so good with the new modeling engine. It's crazy. Now the SL67, there's so many different sounds on here. The 2-channel amp is just capable of so much. This is called Warm Clean. It's just a great, great clean sound. You can even go to the darker one. And this goes all the way up. So, you know, you get your classic channel 1 versus channel 2. Let's go to the jumped, because the jumped channels, I feel like, is where it's at. There's that classic plexi style crunch. That's where Tonex nails it. Like that awesome. And again, you can keep going up to C, a little bit more gain. Yeah, that's just a great classic rock type of gain there. And this goes up to D in gain. So I think the Matchless actually winds up having more gain than this, but this is the highest gain on the Sir. That's the bright one. Then you could go, let's end off with this darker. I mean, that's just so good. The best part about the new models, like you hear the sizzle, like you can actually like almost hear and feel the tubes sizzling, just like they do in the real amp. I mean, when I'm capturing it here, they're indistinguishable as far as I'm concerned. I think they have been for a while, but this new modeler, man, it just feels like it nails everything from being full out to, you know, rolling the volume down even. Let's see, even with that amount of gain, rolling volume. It's awesome. Neck pickup, volume at half. That is just awesome. So that's a quick review and a playthrough of the new tone models that I have up on the Tonenet. You can check those out at the links below. Also, if you're interested in the pickups in that guitar, the guitar itself, all links will be down below. Let me know what you guys think of Tonex, because they are taking over and doing things really good, really right. Big thanks to the people at IK Multimedia. You guys rock. Made it this far. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.